Hi Sagittarius, this is your weekly reading from March 2nd through March 8th, 2020. Watch this reading if you're a Sag Sun, Moon, or Rising, or you are a Sag on the house cusp, or if you have your Sun in the 9th house or Venus in Sagittarius. For your reading today, we are using the Fountain Tarot deck. I'll be clarifying cards with the ROYO Dark Tarot. And then at the end of your reading, pulling a message from the Oracle of the Mermaids for Sagittarius sun signs, Sagittarius moon signs, and Sagittarius risings. So stay tuned for that at the end of your reading. If you don't want to watch me shuffle, feel free to check out the timestamps I've posted below in the comments area. All right, so we're going to look at 6 cards for your week ahead, Sag. How you see yourself today. What is the theme for you over the next week? What is something that Sagittarius has already learned that will be useful for them to remember this week? A challenge they may be facing, a lesson they're learning now, and a gift they will receive. For all my Sages that may be watching, Sag Sun, Moon, Rising, Sag on the house cusp, Sun in the 9th house, and Venus in Sag, March 2nd through March the 8th, 2020. Please show me the cards for March 2nd through March 8th. Okay, 2 more shuffles here. I'm getting a lot of stress in my shoulders and in my arms, and I'm also feeling like someone is under some kind of a deadline here. So just try to relax and breathe. I feel like there's extra pressure here, extra stress due to some sort of deadline. And of course, I understand that there's no line like a deadline, right? But try to get some rest, try to relax as much as possible. Okay. And of course, just as a reminder, this is a general reading. It may not resonate with everyone. For the most accurate reading, with the most accurate outcome, as I always say, please come get a private tarot reading with me or your favorite tarot reader. Okay. All right, I like to check to make sure that everything is on camera here. All right, that's as good as we're going to get today. Sag, how you see yourself today? We have Judgment in reverse. Okay. Card 20. So this is the second to the last major arcana in the tarot deck. All right, so something here has not come to conclusion. We're not making a final decision here. We're still stuck in the past, or we are stuck in an unforgiving situation. That means we're not forgiving ourselves. We're not forgiving others. We're not understanding the role that we played in the situation. That can mean that others aren't held accountable, but also we're not being accountable for our actions either. So this produces a situation where we're being judgmental of ourselves or judgmental of others, or both. Also, this could be interpreted as not giving someone another chance, or not giving ourselves another chance, or just not giving ourselves a chance. Some major decision here is still out with the jury, so to speak. And of course, there may not be a jury. It may just be you. But this feels like a situation that's not been resolved. Okay, it seems like a pretty big decision here too. The theme for you over the next week, and we have the Fountain in reverse. So I've debated whether to take this card out of the deck. It is the 79th card. In this tarot deck, there are only 78 cards in most tarot decks, at least Rider-Waite-Smith decks and the Thoth Tarot. So this particular author, the Fountain Tarot, has put in a 79th card called the Fountain. And the way that we would interpret this card is, there's an infinity symbol here. To me, it represents the infinite expansiveness of the cosmos. It represents I'm getting chi, kind of, I don't know if you know I wanted to say Asian word, the word chi, energy, matter, consciousness, infinite consciousness, the cosmos, whatever you want to call it. It's coming up in reverse here. So what I'm kind of getting is, again, this idea of a portal closing or a timeline shifting here. I'm also feeling like something is, we're maybe not acknowledging or seeing the vastness of the universe. We're not really acknowledging the infinite possibilities before us. I feel, however, that there is a portal closing here. There is a timeline closing. It's almost like, it's like a door, basically, to a whole new world. I feel like that door, because we're not able to forgive, we're still stuck in the past, we're not making this decision. I feel that there is time running out here, precious time. So I don't normally do this, but I would like to see what they have to say about this card in reverse, just because this is such a rare instance. I, generally speaking, don't ever really draw this card. It comes out maybe once a year. So maybe it's one of these situations where it's once in a lifetime. You know, it's a once in a lifetime situation. It says, our interconnectedness on this planet has never been more clear. Technology has given us near limitless access to knowledge, more than we could possibly comprehend. It has illuminated the interweaving and singular consciousness that sages, like you, witches, and shamans have embodied for thousands of years. The Fountain card is the eternal context beyond human experience in which anything and everything can happen. Though tarot could not have anticipated this burgeoning connection and awareness, it now begs for its expression. The Fountain card represents this expression. Like the Fool, it exists outside of the 21 cards of the major arcana. Beyond the cycles of the earthly world, it reflects both solitary experience and timeless unity. It is the ether in which we navigate our imperfect lives, and the substance of life itself. Okay, so there could be a situation where we're not fully perhaps exploring that infinite consciousness or that connection. In reverse position, it says identification with a role or personality, fear of being alone, mind obsessed, separation from source, or resistance to or denial of reality is happening this week. This is the theme. Again, identification with a role or personality, a fear of being alone, being mind obsessed, a separation from source, resistance to or denial of reality. And that kind of, with judgment in reverse, kind of goes hand in hand. And they're not that far apart in terms of their numbering, right? We've got 20 to 21 and then the Fountain. So take that with a grain of salt, obviously. We're going to continue going with the reading. So something that Sagittarius has already learned that will be useful for them to remember this week. And we have the Three of Cups in reverse. Okay, so obviously threes can represent friendship, groups of people, those that we consider to be our equals. This could be a love triangle of sorts. It could also just be pointing to a situation in your past in which you felt lonely, in which you felt that you didn't have friends or you felt left out. It can also speak to someone who's doing too much partying, too much drinking. There's too much of something here. It can speak to alcoholism for a small number of you. I'm definitely getting here, there's a lesson around this, though, for you to understand this week, that's coming back up for you this week. Something about our connection to source. There could be here a fear of being alone. Perhaps you were in a situation in the past. All right, because this can represent support of some kind, or those that we consider to be our equals, our peers. So a challenge you may be facing, we have the Nine of Wands in reverse. This is one of your cards, the second decan of Sagittarius. Perhaps you are the second decan of Sagittarius. I don't know that much about the second decan, actually. I'll be curious to read about it after I get off the after I finish recording here. So with the Nine of Wands in reverse, our challenge is to persevere in a situation in which it feels like we're wanting to give up. I'm seeing someone here who's nearly reached the top or nearly reached the bottom of a situation. So either you're one way or the other. You're about to reach the top of something, like a mountain in your life, or you're about to reach the bottom. But either way here, I feel like it's a challenge for you to persevere in something. It's a challenge for you to keep going with this. It's a challenge for you to hang on and to want to fight. I almost feel like it's a gravity. It's just even gravity here is getting heavier and denser. So it's getting harder for you to keep going in the direction that you're going, is what I'm seeing. And the lesson that you're learning now, we have the Six of Coins in reverse. So this has to do with perhaps, as I've always said, the Six of Coins is a transactional energy. It is about giving and receiving, but can also be about an imbalanced relationship or a one-sided relationship. And the Six of Coins in reverse is about a lack of generosity, or someone that doesn't feel like giving or is resisting. It can represent debt in terms of money, debts, loans, the inability to repay a loan, or feeling like you can't give in a situation, or you've been giving so much it's starting to hurt. So there's a lesson for you this week around this type of transactional energy. I don't know why I'm getting this has more to do with actual physical resources. I'm seeing that it could be that you're having a hard time paying something off, or it's getting harder and harder for you to give in a situation. I do feel like you're somewhat in denial of reality to some extent. You may even be, like they said, disconnected from spirit. And so this reading is only for a week, so keep that in mind. But you do have some pretty massive cards here coming up. All right, so I feel like these themes that are coming up for you could last beyond the week. So the gift you will receive, we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. I'm sensing a lack of passion here, or even low energy drive. This could be also a loss in libido. It's coming right directly underneath this Nine of Wands in reverse. So if I add them up, you have 10 Wands reversed. This is a situation that's become unmanageable. Perhaps you're doing busy work or procrastinating. This could also be a situation in which you desperately need to take some things off the to-do list and reprioritize so that you can move in a new direction. I'm getting here a lack of motivation, and this could possibly start to affect your health in a way of your energies being drained. It feels very scattered to me, essentially, is what I'm getting out of this. So I'm not really getting a big need to clarify cards here. I feel like I could clarify this Ace of Wands in reverse. Why is this Ace of Wands in reverse here? That's the gift Sagittarius will receive. Okay, we have two cards coming up. We have the Two of Coins and the Eight of Swords. So I'm seeing someone here who's waffling back and forth. There's a lot of confusion and indecisiveness. This can be also someone that has two different streams of income or is going back and forth in their head about something, resulting in a feeling of being trapped or stuck. Basically, it's a self-imprisonment is what I'm getting. It's a mental energy. And this is draining your energy, this going back and forth, this feeling like a victim, this feeling like you don't know what to do. I'm just getting that you seriously need to reach out for help, because I'm getting that you're sort of, it's analysis paralysis almost. It's like this indecision is really keeping you stuck and trapped, and it's draining your energy. And it's perhaps draining your libido as well. So we want to get you to a place where you're feeling free, that you can make choices based in reality that are going to be good for you in the long run, and that you're not giving so much in a situation and getting so little in return. That would be the ideal outcome, right? This reading does feel a bit draining, I will admit. It feels heavy. Let's see, what is your advice for Sagittarius sun signs? Spirit. This is the Oracle of the Mermaids. Let's see what the mermaids want to advise you. Okay, Lemuria returns, and Pisces actually got this card. It is about earthy spirituality, community, and ocean conservation, but beyond that, I am seeing here maybe someone is, this is like the Empress energy. So I'm really getting here fertility. It could be about pregnancy, giving birth to a new idea, a new creative venture. I do see spirituality coming up here. Also community, the people that you hang out with, the people that you surround yourself with are just as important. That's sort of, there's a saying like you become like the 5 people you hang out with the most. So if those people aren't really aligned with where you want to be, that's going to cause some serious problems, because maybe they're contributing to the debt here, or they're contributing to, maybe you have to stay in denial in order to keep these people around, or I'm just seeing like there's a need for you to get grounded here and to connect to spirit again, to connect to source, because I am getting that there's a disconnection happening here when it comes to your spirituality, even like your connection to source. So Sagittarius moon signs. Sorry about those sounds. There's a truck outside. Sagittarius moon signs. What is your guidance for Sagittarius moon signs? You have transparency, honest, authentic, genuine, present. And so this is just a guidance for you to be as transparent as possible in your dealings with others, with yourself. It's time also to get honest with yourself about life in general, and endeavor to be as authentic and genuine and present for yourself as you are for others. I am getting some denial here as well, and unforgiveness of the past. So, Sagittarius risings. What is your guidance for Sagittarius risings? Time and tide, oceanic spells and rituals. So Sag rising, I actually have a love spell that corresponds with this card. If you're a Sag rising and you're wanting to bring someone back from your past, I do have a love spell for that. But other than that, time and tide is really about missing someone and trying to sort of conjure them back into your life. But I'm getting this feeling that only this is up to the universe, and they're worth waiting for. It's worth waiting for, you know, in some respects. But you can't control the ocean, right? You can't control the tides. And so love is sort of like the ocean here, and You know, you can put your intentions out to the universe, of course, and you can do your love spells, but I feel like you're really missing someone here from your past, and you're feeling maybe like there's been a lot of lost time with this person, and you can't imagine your life without them. But I do think that with time and with patience, you will see each other again. And you just have to believe that right now. So, Sag, this is your lovely reading. Very, I don't know, I'm feeling almost, I feel the disconnection that you're feeling, and it's a strange feeling. I feel like you're not in your element right now, and it could be all this mutable water energy. So try your best. This is only for the next week, so obviously you have a lot of time to work on these things. Hope you guys enjoyed your reading. Thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, my information is below in the description. Have a great week, guys. Bye.